Hi, thanks a lot for coming back. This is Dave Jewell from Free Run Speed. Today we're going to compare two shoes, the Saucony Freedom 5, which just came out, and the New Balance Rebel, which has been out in the market for about 8 months. The reason I'm comparing them is because they both come with their highly bouncy foam, unique to each brand, and pretty much going after the same runner or fitness enthusiast. First, I gotta give credit where credit's due, and that's to you, the runner, who chooses to run a marathon in either one of these shoes. I've been out in the world at various marathons: Paris, Prague, Stockholm, Brooklyn, and I see these shoes in every single one of them. I don't think I could run a marathon in them. And maybe that's because today I would choose one of the super shoes to run my marathon. But the fact that you runners are choosing these two shoes, wow, that's very cool. Let's talk about what's similar. Like I said, bouncy foam. Saucony uses Power Run PB, which is their Pebax based foam. Same foam they use in the Endorphin Pro and Endorphin Speed. So you know it's going to be a bouncy, highly responsive foam. Here in the Rebel, it's fuel cell. The same fuel cell that's used in the RC Elite 3 or the newer shoes that are coming out. So again, you know it's going to be bouncy. They're both light on your foot. The Freedom, stated by Saucony at 8.4 ounces on the men's size, 7.3 on the women's. The Rebel, 7.3 ounces on the men's side. On the bottom, they're quite similar. A very flat bottom, so very smooth, quiet running in these shoes. Same thing on the Freedom, flat bottom, a little bit deeper lugs, but nothing major, not a major difference between the two of them. The one thing that you will notice is right here on the Freedom, it's much narrower than it is on the Rebel. The Rebel is wider through the arch and midfoot. The uses, like I said, I've seen a good number of people running marathons in them. But I would think most runners are going to use these for their fast days. They're going to go onto the track and do track workouts in both of these shoes. They're going to do hill repeats in both of these shoes. Maybe they put them on for their tempo days. Then on race day, they're going to put on their super shoe and run their race. But here you get the foam that is in those super shoes. So you get that pop that you feel from the super shoes. You just don't have the stiff carbon plate. And I think that's where these are going to give you the most benefit, is you get a good flexible forefoot with the bounce in that foam. So now let's get to the differences. A little bit higher stack height. I think it's 2 millimeters in the heel and 1 millimeter in the forefoot higher than the Freedom. So New Balance, you have a little bit more foam under your foot. The New Balance, every single time I went out for a run in this, I put on Strava that I put on my slippers to go for a run, because that's exactly what they feel like. They feel like house slippers. This upper is so soft, and there is nothing in the upper that is binding or just intrusive. It feels like a house slipper. The Freedom fits more like your traditional racing shoe. Very tight through the midfoot, very low across the midfoot. It just hugs your foot versus being the slipper. Personally, I prefer the tight fit of the Saucony. I just like that the shoe hugs my foot. That said, I did a great deal of running in this Rebel and enjoyed it. The other difference between the shoes, the Saucony comes in at $150 and the Rebel comes in at $130. So it's a $20 difference. Part of that is marketing. That's where the brands thought the shoes should sit. Remember, Saucony brought the Freedom out with a unique foam. Now they brought in Power Run PB over the last 2 years, but a very unique foam. And they brought that in above the Kinvara. So a bouncier, faster feeling Kinvara, if you will. The Rebel just came in. It wasn't, it didn't have a shoe ahead of it. So New Balance priced it closer to what the Kinvara is, but still with the bouncy feel. Freedom with Power Run PB is a little bit pricier. Overall, you can't go wrong with either one of them. You're gonna feel that great bouncy feel under your foot. It all depends on what you like in fit. If you like the slipper-like fit, the New Balance is a great shoe. If you want a shoe to fit closer to your foot, a little bit tighter on just hug up to your foot, Freedom's your shoe. Thanks a lot for watching. Talk to you next time.